Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry, it's been a while since I did a video. Been extremely busy. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving and blessed Thanksgiving. I know I did. And anyway, I was gonna hop on here and do my top baits for December. And we'll just start off with my favorite bait to fish, be a football jig. I like green pumpkins and browns during the winter. I still throw a ½ ounce most of the time. Sometimes I'll go down to a ¼ ounce if I'm fishing kind of shallow, but most of the time I'm still throwing a ½ ounce. I like to fish them on steeper banks this time of year. Either that or a flat that has a channel swing coming right up next to it. There's some deep water there close for the fish to get into the deeper water. I like to fish bluffs and throw those jigs up there, and you don't want to pop them or work them fast this time of year. You want to sort of drag them along the bottom, let them work down the stair steps of the bluff and that kind of thing. And you also do not want a jig trailer that has a lot of action this time of year. All the bait fish and the crawdads and the bass are all their metabolisms are slowing down, so you don't want to have something that's got a whole lot of action when nothing else in the water has a lot of action. One of my favorite trailers is a little curl tail grub. It's a Gary Yamamoto curl tail grub. Those are really good. That's kind of my favorite wintertime. Or just the old-fashioned Gene LaRue salt craw. That's a great one. Or you can get the Zoom Super Chunk. It's a good one. Or Uncle Josh Pork Frog has started making pork chunks again, but they're pretty expensive. I'm not going to pay that much for their jar of pork. I catch just as many fish on these other trailers as I do the pork trailer. I don't have to worry about these other trailers drying out like you do the pork trailer. I'll fish those on a 7'3" to 7'6" medium heavy to heavy action rod on fluorocarbon line, 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon line, and like I said, just work it slowly around bluffs and steeper banks, ditches, that kind of thing. And my second favorite way to catch them is on a crankbait, like on a Spro rock crawler 55 that goes from 9 to 15 foot deep. Work the steeper banks, rocky banks with that rock crawler. Also a shad rap, a Rapala shad rap. Those work really well in the colder water. That's one of my favorite cold water crankbaits. This time of year, I like a crawdad color a little better than I do shad color, but the shad colors will still work. I use those with anywhere from 6 to 10 pound line on a medium light action rod. cast that way. And the third way that I like to fish in colder water, the month of December, is a jerkbait, a Berkley Stunna jerkbait. Throw it out there and give it quick, about 10 quick reels and twitches to get it down to depth, and then give it a couple of twitches and pause it. Give it 2 or 3 twitches and pause it. Let the fish tell you how long to pause, and let the fish tell you how many twitches to give it. You just have to experiment. And then my next bait will be a Ned rig. That Ned rig just doesn't have any action. It's just a little piece of plastic. Throw it out there, let it go to the bottom, and just slowly pull it across the bottom. And those fish can't stand it. They will go down there and attack that little piece of plastic. And it's a good way to get a limit this time of year. It's a small finesse-ier style fishing, and it's a really good way to get a quick limit this time of year. You guys going to 10 killer, not this weekend, but next weekend. Crankbait and jig should be your main go-tos. Maybe a jerkbait, but crankbait and jig should still be on fire over there on 10 killer. So I'd make sure to have those tied on over there, and the Ned rig, just in case that they're not biting real good. You'll have the Ned rig tied on and ready to go. But anyway, that's my top baits for December, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I'm going to try to get the next video out pretty quick, at least by next week, and get kind of caught up on my videos. Anyway, hope to see y'all soon, see you on the water, and hope you catch some big ones.